mentioned a great game in itself, but looking ahead a little bit to the challenges ahead of the World Cup, is that sort of an ideal outing to have when it comes down to a finish like that and then to get over the line?
I think the end result is, I don't think we want to win too many games like that throughout the World Cup, but I think, amazing game of cricket and a special talent there at the end to get us over the line and be so calm in Tim David.
You spoke about him a bit before the game, but what does it take to do what he did out there then?
Complete trust of your game and a real confidence to be able to go out there and do that. And from the moment he came out, he was really calm. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. And I think he's just learning over the last 2 years. You've seen him dominate T20 comps around the world, and for him to come onto the international stage and I guess feel at home playing for Australia, special to watch and very proud of him.
What was the chat going into that last over, that last ball?
Get me off strike. What do we need? 16 off the last over. We thought 2 sixes early on in the piece would get it down to pretty much game done, and Tim Southey bowled a couple of great balls, and then obviously when it gets to the end there, it's just whatever's required. Timmy was just really clear on what he wanted to do, and I'm sure he would have liked to finish it with a 6, but he finished with a 4.
How did he get that one to Dick McWicket? I don't know how he was to squeeze that out. What were you thinking when that one landed?
I was thinking run. 3 was obviously a super over, and I had to turn this big frame around, which was tough out there with no square. But then obviously once I saw it go over the line, it was just pure elation, and I think just for someone like Tim to be able to come and do that, like I said before, on the international stage, it's amazing.
Did you think you stayed in the game, keeping them but chasing 216? Did you think that was gettable when you went out there?
I had confidence that we'd be able to chase that, certainly on that wicket. I thought it was a really good cricket wicket. And we managed to sort of stay within the run rate for the whole time. We don't want to be chasing 216 too often, but I think that on these grounds over here and the great wickets, small grounds, we sort of have to get used to defending or chasing 200. So obviously we'd like to chase a lot less, but you got to give hats off to New Zealand. I thought they batted extremely well. We weren't able to sort of take wickets through that middle period, and when you can't do that at this level, they hurt you. So all round, I thought it was just a great game of cricket. We stayed in it, and we fought right to the end, and came out on top.
And you were 1 for 21 off 3, and sort of looking good in a game where 400 runs are scored. Was that third over? Did you have to change tactics on the run a little bit there, given that Zap's got a bit of tap?
I think it's the most I've bowled in about 4 months, even in Test matches, to be honest with you. But I think my third over is more just a match-up thing. I always try and hold Zamp for one at the death, but we couldn't get that breakthrough. And then, I think just it's nice to have an extra option at the end if we get stuck. So I thought the way we closed out was actually really good. Could have been 230 easily towards the back end. So I guess it's nice to be able to chip in with the ball and contribute to our bowling unit.
It would be well since I think it was 5 pacemen finished the Australian 20 tap. Is that right? You usually close out with all pacemen.
Good question. The last 5 overs were pace, weren't they? Yeah, we always back Zamps in towards the back end, and he's been incredible for us for a long period of time. But I sort of thought that I was probably the better matchup tonight in that little period of time. So there's no doubt I'll go back to Zamps. I'll continue to go back to him all the time, but tonight just played out differently.
Can't believe I'm about to ask a slightly critical question, given these guys have already asked on a positive one. But you conceded 200 again tonight. I think you're the first team in T20 history to concede 200 in a row. Does that matter when you're winning them, or
we're all about breaking records, so there's another one for us. We've come up against the West Indies, are a formidable batting lineup, and we played extremely well to win that series. And I think if you look back at I could be wrong, but look back at the history, certainly of this ground and then the next ground, 200 certainly par. So we see that happen more often in T20 cricket these days, especially in the smaller grounds. And I think it just comes down to those smaller margins. Where can we sneak 5 or 10 runs here and there to bring that total down to maybe 190, and then we're right in the game. So,
Your comments yesterday, just leaving Steve Smith out of the sort of field 11, so raised a few eyebrows, or just got people thinking about where he fits into the side.
Yep.
Where does he fit into the side? Is he likely to play an even part?
Yeah, I'd say he's likely to come in. I think we probably head in Davey were our first choice for this match, but there's no doubt that Steve will come into calculations for the next game, and I understand that it always raises eyebrows when Steve Smith gets left out of a team, but we're certainly building towards the World Cup, and we'll give lots of guys different opportunities over the next few games, so he's one of them.
You had a great time in Test cricket, great time in ODI, and now in T20s. Is there one thing that you could put it all down to? Getting wickets with the ball? Are you just in a happy state of mind at the moment, or what would you put it down to?
Yeah, well, I'm not too sure, to be honest. I think I'm just enjoying my cricket. It's always nice to be not out in a run chase, and I've just loved my cricket over the last 12 months, and it's a pleasure to be a part of this team.